Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. My name is Cole. This is the Cole Running channel, and today's video is all about my top 5 mistakes that I've made as a runner. So I've been running since about the age of 12, 13, and I'm now 20, approaching 21. So 7 or 8 years, if you can do the maths. But yeah, so these are my top mistakes that I've made, and I'm still continually making mistakes every day, but hopefully these tips will help prevent you making the same mistakes. So guys, the first mistake that I made all the time, every single session, was training inconsistently. So I'll try and explain it in the best way possible, but what I would used to do, say for example, we use a ballpark figure, a session of 5 times 1 kilometer. So I would do 4 of them slow and then do the last one really quick. So say 4 at 4 minutes, and then I would do the last one at 3 minutes. Just some ballpark figures. Because in my head, running that last one quicker just meant that I was a quick runner and I was improving and that the training was beneficial. But ultimately, it'll be so much better for me to run all of them at 3:30 because my body gets used to running at 3:30 per K rather than getting used to running at 4 minutes and being able to just produce a 3 minute at the end, if that makes sense. So the first mistake is running inconsistently, which ultimately you don't get anywhere near as many gains from. So what you want to be doing is making sure that all of your reps are consistent as possible. You want to be trying to aim for doing the same thing the whole way through the session. So a good one for me is, say, like a session of 10 400s. I want to make sure that all of those reps are the same pace every single time. 64, 63, it doesn't matter, but trying to be consistent, trying to hit those times consistently, rather than doing, say, 9 at 70 and then 1 at 60. It's just a really bad way of training. I see so many people doing it, and it's definitely something that if you want to improve, you just need to making sure that your times are consistent rather than just doing the first one really quick at the end. Not like anyone in particular, Richard Stokes. Oh, what? Yeah, so not like anyone in particular, but I'm not going to name anyone. Yeah, so you just want to make sure that you're training consistently. Ultimately, if you're only there for fun and it doesn't matter to you, then by all means do the last one super quick and the rest of them slow. But if your aim in running is to get quicker, my tip to you would be to do them all consistently rather than doing 90% of the session slow and then 10% fast. That's mistake number 1. So the next mistake that I have made, guys, is not having a proper rest day. So I always got into this sort of mantra of, if I have a rest day, I'm not making any more gains. But realistically, by having that rest day, you can make more gains on the days you are training. So overall, it's so much better in terms of improving, but also looking after your body, because you're going to be so much more prone to injuries if you do not have a rest day. So it's definitely something that I've had to work on this last kind of 6 months, is forcing myself to have a rest day, because I get to the rest day and I go, I feel like I want to run. I can get an extra 5-6 miles into my mileage. Look at that, that sounds so good when I can say I've done 50 miles this week. But realistically, your body is going to appreciate the rest day so much more than you're going to improve from having that extra run, because it's going to be just a nothing run. So definitely make sure you're having a rest day, because you're going to reduce your chance of injury, but also improve the improvements, the gains that you can make on those other training days. So make sure you have a rest day in your training week. The next thing, guys, that I've personally made was trying to train at a high intensity whilst in a calorie deficit. So for those of you who don't see me on a regular basis, you'll know that I lost pretty much 3 stone since the start of January to now. So this is not something that I've been continuing in recent weeks, but definitely for the first 6 months of the year, I was trying to stay in a calorie deficit to get that weight down. And you can make some benefits, you can make some improvements, but overall your body's at a much higher risk of getting injured if you're constantly in a calorie deficit, because it can't repair, it can't grow like your body needs to. So this is something that I've definitely realised of recent weeks. Yes, some people may decide that they want to be in a calorie deficit, and you may decide that at some point you want to be losing some weight, but it's really fine line between doing them at the same time. You do not want to be in a massive calorie deficit whilst training at a really high intensity, because the two things do not mix well. You're going to get injured, you're going to burn out, and something's going to give way. So yeah, definitely try and make sure that you're fueling your body properly with all the carbohydrates, the proteins, the vitamins, the minerals, the fats, all the stuff that it needs to maintain that high training level. So yeah, do not train at a high intensity whilst on a calorie deficit. This next one, guys, it's something that we all do. This is not a mistake that only I've made. This is something that we all do, and this is ignoring your injuries. So your body is going to be shouting at you when you've got an injury that you need to rest from. So like me with my my stress fracture, potentially stress fracture the other day, the other week. Did I rest? I think I had one rest day. I was like, one rest day, it'll be fine. It's a stress fracture. These things does not work like this. So yeah, my mistake is that I do not listen to my injuries, and this is definitely something that I still need to work on. The other things I've kind of conquered, but this is definitely something that I'm still fighting every day. So yeah, make sure you listen to your injuries, because your body is always going to be telling you, if it's painful to walk on, don't run on it. it's really simple when you think of it like that. But yeah, so definitely listen to your injuries. But if you're unsure about an injury, just seek some medical advice. Seek a physiotherapist, an osteopath, even your doctor to a degree, although they're pretty snowed under right now. So yeah, just to seek some medical advice. If I can help in any way, I can. I'm not a medical professional, but I feel like I've got a fairly good understanding of running injuries. So yeah, just make sure you listen to your body and do not ignore those injuries. So this final mistake, guys, that I've made, still sometimes, it's definitely something that I'm ironing out, but it's a mistake I definitely made too much in the past, was making sure that my recovery days are slow. It's so easy to get into your recovery run, and you kind of go, oh, actually, I feel all right, I can push this. But that is not what we're aiming for on these recovery days. Hence the name, recovery days. We're meant to be recovering, we're meant to be taking it slow, letting the body recover. Let the body catch up from that hard training session you've had the day before. So my recovery pace, I try and make sure I'm either below 430 per K pace or under 150 beats per minute. So that's just how I know that I'm taking it slow enough that my body can catch up. It's keeping up with the pace that I'm doing, and I'm not overworking. So yeah, it's definitely something that you need to make sure you're doing. Force yourself to go slow on those recovery days, because those are the days where you're not meant to be making any gains. It's all about getting a few miles in the legs. Yeah, your body's going to maybe improve a bit aerobically, your cardiovascular system, but overall it's about flushing those waste products out of the legs and just letting your body catch up a little bit while still doing the running that you enjoy. So those recovery runs, you do need to make sure that they are nice and slow. So do not go pushing the pace on your recovery runs, because it will come back to bite you in the long run, because you can't operate at high intensity every single run of the week. So just take a chill pill, slow down, and let your recovery runs be recovery runs. Guys, that has been my top 5 mistakes that I've made as a runner in the past 8 years of running. So if you can tell, the camera is slowly tilting down. So we started up at the top of the number 74, and now we're slowly working our way down because my tripod's slightly broken. I've sellotaped it, but I'm definitely gonna have to fix it after this video. It's a right pain. So I'm slowly having to do like more and more of a squat. So yes, guys, I hope you've enjoyed these running mistakes that I make or have made in the past, and hopefully this can help prevent you from making those same mistakes. So hopefully I've passed on a little bit of knowledge. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed, guys. I'm going to parkrun on Saturday at Whitstable Parkrun, so I'll see you there if any of you guys are watching. I'm doing the Thanet 10 on Sunday, which is my last race of 2021, so it's pretty exciting. Clearly my quad strength is lacking because this squat is pretty difficult, the position I'm having to hold right now. So yes, guys, that is my my last race of 2021, the Thanet Alan Green Memorial Thanet Roadrunners 10 mile. So that's going to be super exciting. I hope to get some footage there. So yes, guys, I hope you've enjoyed. Please like, subscribe, share with your running buddies, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.